zigga boom boom wow.
What?
Zigga boom boom wow.
Papa, yeah.
Zigga boom boom wow. Zigga boom boom wow.
Wow.
So what are we going to tackle in this video? The whats, whens, and wheres of baby-led weaning. How I started, the pros and the cons of baby-led weaning, and the difference between gagging and choking. Shh! No! What is baby-led weaning? Baby-led weaning has many definitions, and it depends on mother to mother. But according to some insights, some mothers define it as a small portion of the served food for the family given to the baby, provided that it is cut appropriately, or it is mashed, or it's pureed with no or less sugar and salt or any seasoning, because it is highly discouraged for babies. But personally for me, baby-led weaning is, well, steaming vegetables or cleaning fruits and cutting it into portions that my Agatha can grasp either with her hand at first or with her fingers. Also, I do not put salt or sugar or any seasoning, anything that could give it taste. Yeah, basically it's tasteless. Discouraging the use of spoon or spoon feeding the baby. But if it's the baby who uses the spoon, then it's baby-led weaning as well. Mashing the fruits or the vegetables or the food with fork, but not using a blender or pureeing it. I personally don't feel like feeding the baby with pureed foods because I feel like I am not encouraging her to learn how to chew. So what I did was to just mash it. Also, baby-led weaning for me is putting it into her plate and just letting her explore or eat it. Eating may or may not happen. With Agatha, she learned how to put the food in her mouth and eat it during the first few days when we started solids. So how did I start with baby-led weaning? In preparation to this, I bought a bamboo fiber plate. Actually, it's a set. It has a plate, a bowl, a spoon, fork, and a cup. Her first food was mashed potato with breast milk, and I mashed it using just a fork. It was her first time to eat solids, but still I wanted to encourage her how to eat by herself using her hands and fingers. So I prepared two different sets of meals. One is the mashed potato with breast milk, and the second is the French fries cut of the steamed potatoes. Well, she was able to grasp it with one hand, but she did not know at first whether to put it in her mouth or just play with it. So I introduced her the spoon. A spoon had fed her like 1 to 5 times, and surprisingly she found eating a bit fun, so I continued feeding her. Good thing my mother-in-law was there to guide me, and she told me that I should slow it down with feeding her because it was her first time. And well, yeah, I followed because, you know, when you introduce something new to a baby, they kind of react differently. So I was scared that she might get tummy aches, so I slowed it down with the food. When eating out, we prepare the food immediately. Cut it into pieces, steam it. Cutting it into portions that she may be able to grasp it, steam it, and just put it in a Ziploc or a container, and put it all together in one big Ziploc. Just tuck it away inside her bag. Also, when going out, we do not use the high chairs from the restaurants because personally, I have trust issues with how they clean it or if they even clean it. So we bring our own. It's the Mama's and Papa's baby bud in green. Very handy, very sturdy. It's adjustable depending on the age and weight and height of your baby. So there's not much problem at all. Also, it comes with a toy that can stall them for a while. Also, what came in handy were the bibs that have pockets. They all serve a same purpose. At home, we use the Ikea Antilop with cushion. However, I only used the cushion for a week, then I sold it. Because I personally feel like it's too crowded when I put her in the Antilop with the cushion because there's not much room for her to move. And she gets easily pissed off. And the feeling is really odd. That eat with small space. And the Ikea Antilop is actually very handy because you can clean it easily. I clean it with just spraying water using the shower or the bidet and just wiping it off with alcohol. But at the end of the night, after dinner, I pour boiling hot water on the tray and I don't use much soap in it because I'm a fan of water and boiled water. I think if you heat it up, it's just gonna die. The germs are just gonna die, you know. I did not use blenders, food mashers, and any other equipments or gadgets, electronic devices that you use for feeding solid foods. Basically, what I just used were plain utensils, a fork, and that's it. What are the pros of baby-led weaning? Personally, I find it very convenient for a stay-at-home mom / working mom like me because when I am having my meals, she is having her meals as well. So I can enjoy my meal without having to spoon feed her, without having to worry if she's full, if she's not full, if she's getting the right amount she wants, she needs. Because baby-led weaning, basically your baby is feeding herself. Also, another positive thing about baby-led weaning is when I go out, I can also eat alone without any disturbing from my child because she is also busy eating by herself. Also, another positive thing is a lot of people are commending her and are praising her for doing a great job, which for me boosts my confidence as a mom. And I think she also gets this yay feeling when people are looking at her, smiling at her, and praising her while she's eating. So yeah. Also, it's not much of a hassle because all you have to do is cut, steam, and pack it away. Also, you don't have to worry about her getting enough nutrition because personally, I only feed her vegetables. So when we started baby-led weaning, it was easy for her to learn how to pinch. She easily learned how to get even small leaves or small branches of the broccoli using these two fingers, and she stuffs it in her mouth. So I find it really cute because even if she's done eating and she sees the leftovers on her tray, she still gets them and stuffs them in her mouth, which is so cute. The one thing I don't like at first about baby-led weaning is it's really messy. When we were starting out, she was using both her hands, as in her whole hands, to grasp the food, and she would scratch her face, scratch it all over her head, so you can see the the potatoes, the squash. It's all over her face, her hair, and you have to wash it off. So my tip for you when you do baby-led weaning is be prepared because it really gets messy. But it's only during the first few months. I mean, for the first month, because when you continue baby-led weaning, it gets better and better, and they develop it, and sooner or later you will see the floor is all cleaned up. There's not much mess anymore. But yeah, at first it's really, 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 really messy. Right? Another thing which you have to observe and is a negative thing when it comes to baby-led weaning is the possibility of choking herself, or the possibility of stuffing too much food inside, which causes her to choke or gag. Okay. Sorry. So to avoid this, I suggest you keep watch all the time. Having you eat without any disturbance does not mean that you can eat without looking at her or without observing her at all. Of course, you have to look at her every now and then to check on her whether she's eating correctly, or if she's eating, or if she accidentally has reached a bigger portion that can lead to choking. But if you have prepared the food and if you have cut it into smaller portions already, then there's no need to panic. At first, I was really scared of choking because I have no idea at all of any first aid, CPR, blah 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 for the baby, because I didn't take that. I mean, I didn't take nursing or caregiving or something like that. So I'm really clueless about it. So what I just did to be confident was to prepare small amounts of food in really small portions that I know she will be able to chew. I searched through YouTube, files, Google on how to differentiate choking from gagging, but these phrases helped me all throughout my feeding journey so far to determine whether she is choking. Loud and red, let them go ahead. Silent and blue, they need help from you. When your child uses their hands when eating, there will come a time that they will stuff their fingers too deep inside their mouth, which may lead into semi-gagging or semi-choking, I don't know. But yeah, that's normal. And also there will come a time that they will fake coughing. They will fake cough, like because they know you pay attention to them. I mean, you pay extra attention to them when they choke or gag. So to avoid this, I discourage you to show happiness, or that you're happy or you find it cute, although it's really irresistible because they are so cute when they fake cough. Baby-led weaning is fun, let me tell you it is, but it's really a challenging part of your feeding journey. For those who also try baby-led weaning, comment down below and tell me your most challenging experiences throughout your baby-led weaning.